What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican Box, and I apologize for being late. Uh, y'all know that's not like me, but I had quite a few things I had to do, so that's why I was a little bit late. So I apologize for that. But I'm here now. That's all that matters. I'm here now. Shout out to everybody who's gonna show up and support the channel and do all that stuff. I really appreciate you guys. But yeah, man. So today I wanted to start off the show by talking about Elvis Rodriguez and his unfortunate situation where he no longer has an opponent. He was supposed to be fighting Sergey Lipinets. Uh, Not sure what happened there. It was I was told that it was most likely going to be on that Spence Crawford undercard, and I don't know where. I get a phone call that fight's not happening anymore. So and that fight was going to be a violent fight. Somebody was going to get knocked out. It would have been a great look for Elvis because Sergey Lipinets is the WBC silver champion. He's ranked number 5 in the WBC. So had Elvis Rodriguez picked them off, let's say knocked them out, man, that would have been a great look. But now he's kind of stuck in limbo. I don't know, who he fights next. Um, I want to see. I want to see if what's the situation with Ponce? Can Ponce fight? I know Ponce fought Subriel, and to be honest, speaking of Subriel, Matias, I think he's probably gonna get the Sergey Lipinets fight. I know Sergey Lipinets is not ranked in the IBF, but let's see what happens next month. Yeah, y'all know how these rankings be. Sometimes when they want to make a fight, these fighters randomly pop up in rankings the next month. And it's like, oh yeah, that's the fight. All right, so now we're gonna make it. Because I heard rumors that Lipinets and Matias may be on the Spence Crawford undercard, which, by the way, is a banger of a fight. Fantastic war, a very, very, very violent fight. I would love that. I love the fight. I'm upset that they're taking away the opponent away from Elvis. If that's the case, that he is going to be fighting Matias. But yeah. Yeah, I see. Shout out to Ariel Alvarado in the chat, my man. Shout out to you. I know y'all still can't send me super chats. My page demonetized, unfortunately. Luis Cava, que lo que? Era una buena pelea. Hell yeah, it was. Yeah. I'm gonna get to that coffee and boxing. I'm gonna get to that. Elvis versus Brandon Lee. As much as I like that fight in terms of like, I think it's an easy fight for Elvis. I think Elvis knocks out Brandon Lee, and I think he does it quite easily. To be honest with you, um, I don't. I think Brandon Lee is not after his, especially after his last performance against Pedro Campa, which a lot of people felt he lost. Like that was a close fight. He took a lot of punches. I don't think he fares well with Elvis, and Showtime seemed very invested in this guy. Why, I have no idea, but they're not gonna throw him in. They're not gonna throw him in. Uh, Orestes Velasquez. That dude's never fought on TV. Why would Elvis fight him? Nesta Bravo. I'll be okay with that. I'll be okay. I mean, that's another dude. Like, I don't know. I want Elvis to fight somebody like, somebody you've seen before. Like Lipinets would have been perfect because you've seen that guy fight before. You know what I'm saying? You know he's a good fighter. You're gonna give him the proper respect when he beats Lipinets. But unfortunately, that fight fell through. Same thing with Jeremias Ponce, although he lost to Subriel Matias. That's a common opponent with Subriel Matias. He's ranked ahead of him in the IBF. And we seen him fight Lewis Ritson, and he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. But so I would like a Jeremias Ponce. If the Sergey Lipinets fight is totally off, which I'm told it is, Jeremias Ponce is dope. Is dope. Damn, my man Jesus came with fucking like 19 suggestions. Sandor Martin, okay, he's somebody who's fought on TV. He's a recognizable name. I wouldn't mind that. Carlos Montes, what up, bro? Shout out to Carlos. Shout out for you for supporting the channel, man. But yeah, man. Also, I wanted to talk about Canelo Alvarez's team tweeting out on Twitter that they have not received an offer from, uh, you know, hold on one second, from PBC, from Matchroom, or Top Rank. That they're still waiting on an offer to see who Canelo's gonna fight next. Let me find the tweet. Hold on one second, and then I'll post it up. All right, boom. All right, so let me screen share it, and then we can have this conversation. So this is Eddie Reynoso. Uh, I'll read it in Spanish and then translate. Ahora resulta que los patos que le tiran a las escopetas ya están, ya hasta oferta hacen por ahora. Las tres promotores que lideran el negocio son Matchroom, PBC, Top Rank, y ninguno me ha mandado ninguna oferta para pelear en septiembre. Hay veces las butacas del Coliseo aprenden más. I'm not sure what that last part meant, to be honest with you. But basically, he's saying that the three biggest promoters in boxing is Matchroom, PBC, and Top Rank, and that they have not received an offer from either promoter, and that it's unfortunate. Basically, saying like a lot of dudes talk that they want to fight, but they're not really with it. It's paraphrasing, but Samson Lukowitz, who's David Benavidez' promoter, he tweets out this email. Says Samson Lukowitz. You can see here. There's a how do I say? There's something an attachment to this email. It says May 29th, so that was 2 days ago. It says proposal Alvarez versus Benavidez. And then here he has Samson Lukowitz, president / CEO, Samson Boxing LLC. So he's claiming like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Like you do have an offer. And that's definitely very, very interesting, because at the end of the day, we want to know what's going on. We want to know what's next for Canelo. Canelo is, the biggest fighter in boxing currently. Let's just say that he's still the face of boxing. He's still the most recognizable face and name in all of boxing. And like I kind of want him always with a set fight, always knowing more or less what he's gonna do, when he's gonna fight. And if his team is claiming they're not getting offers, but Samson is showing he is, and honestly, Samson represents the fighter that we most want to see him in the ring with. I want to say 90% of the people watching this video right now, if I ask you, who do you want to see Canelo fight next, it's probably going to be Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the fight we want. Listen, I picked Canelo. I think Canelo stops Benavidez. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a fight he should stay away from. Benavidez, although big and strong, I do think he squares up a lot, leaves opening to the body, and creates counterpunching opportunities, since he's such an active fighter. And that kind of plays into what Canelo wants to do. Canelo likes to counterpunch, and he likes to go to the body. So I got Canelo winning by stoppage. But what is going on with the disconnect? Did he not check his email for 2 days? And also, why you tweeting it out? Why not? Oh, damn, I haven't got no offers. Call them back. Be like, hey, listen, Samson, I remember we all saw the picture with them. They took a picture together, where they had a meeting or something. Like, hey, man, you remember that meeting we had? Any update as far as the offers or what dates or whatever? I don't know. But you called, has to be a back and forth. You coming out on social media, making it seem like people ducking you. Nobody's ducking Canelo. And not that Canelo's not worth ducking. Not that Canelo is like not a good fighter. It's like, oh no, people should be afraid of fighting Canelo. It's not that. I'm just saying you offer such a big prize, nobody's gonna avoid fighting you. So it's not believable. At least I didn't. When I saw it, I was like, nobody's made you an offer. I don't know if that's true. You get what I'm saying? And if nobody has made you an offer, it's because they may have not felt like things are ironed out quite yet in terms of the verbal negotiations. So they're not going to send something out if just verbally we're off on the numbers anyways. But it doesn't look Samson's showing receipts like, yo, I sent you an offer. And again, I'm a Canelo fan, but if I'm not sure what's the holdup. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what's the holdup. If you think, if you are who you say you are, take that fight, man. Take that fight, or at least present it to your fighter and see what he says. The fighters, the fans want to see that fight. And honestly, forget that that's the fight most competitive that we would like to see. It's also the fight, the fight that I think makes the most money. I can't think of a fight that makes more money. Yo, I should hit up Samson and see if he comes on the show, right? What do y'all think? I should text him. Let me know in the chat if y'all want me to hit up Samson to see if he could hop on the show. I'm not sure. He's always flying around, so he may not be available, but it would be dope. I'm thinking. Let me know in the chat if y'all want me to hit him up. If y'all just want to chop it up with me and talk and cool, we could do that. But let me know. But yeah. Ari Boxing Talk. Shout out to Ari, says hit him up. I'll hit him up. Fuck it. Why not? I do want to hit him up. I'm mad I ain't think of that. I didn't think of that before. Let me text him. Hold on 1 second. All right. Hey, damn, I'm annoyed. I ain't think of the interviewing him before, because I had it in mind I was gonna talk to him about it. All right. I just text him. Hopefully he hops on. Again, if he doesn't, I totally understand. This is kind of last minute. But he's never told me no. He's always told me maybe later, maybe if we can make it a little bit earlier, but he's never told me no. So hopefully he does hop on. But yeah, man, that's a situation. Oh, he's at the WBC thing in Mexico. There's a convention? I don't think there's a convention. I would have known if there was a convention. I know there's an IBF convention. There's an IBF convention going on, I believe, in Chicago. Don't quote me if it's in Chicago, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Tony Tineo, who is the manager of Luis Reynaldo Nunez and Edwin de los Santos, is over there right now. I called him earlier today, but he didn't pick up the phone. He's over there right now trying to see what Nunez's position is with the IBF. They believe they will be going to IBF route. He won like an IBF Latino belt in his last fight. I believe he's ranked number 10 in the in the IBF. And although he's ranked number 4 in the WBA, but it looks like they want to go the IBF route for whatever reason. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's ranked number 10. Let me double check. Yeah, no. Hopefully Samson hits me up. I don't know. He hasn't responded. But yeah, man, this Saturday it's not much going on, man. Who fights this Saturday? I don't think there's much. Hold on. Yeah, I'm pulling up the rankings. Sorry, fellas, for the 126 IBF. Yeah, Nunez is ranked number 11. All right, I was off by 1. And he's ranked number 4 in the WBA. So I believe they want to go to IBF route, and that's the situation. Yo, guys, I'm going to put the link up, man. If anybody wants to call in, chop it up with me, talk some Spence Crawford or the Canelo situation. I know a lot of people want to talk about that Canelo situation because it gets frustrating when, like, when Mayweather was the top dog, right? When Mayweather was the number 1 guy, obviously we all for a long time wanted to see him fight Pacquiao, and that fight wasn't happening. But in between then, he was fighting Maidana. He was fighting, Victor Ortiz. And I don't know Victor Ortiz, but Victor Ortiz was coming off a win off of Andre Berto. He was fighting all these like tough guys, in the welterweight division, Shane Mosley. And Canelo, that John Ryder fight didn't move me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you want to take that fight because a kind of an easy fight because he had just come off surgery. But all right, man, that's it. The next move is on you. Go fight my man Benavidez now. Go handle that situation. Ari's asking, yo, what's going on with Elvis situation? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not liking what I'm hearing, man. He was supposed to fight Lipinets. That was all but signed from what I understood. Not that anybody told me that, but it's just from what I understood. How about that? It was all but signed, and then Lipinets doesn't want that fight anymore for whatever reason. I believe this is what I think happened. Nobody told me this. This is what I think happened. What I think happened was they were like, all right, then we're gonna make the Lipinets Elvis fight. And I think Subriel was thinking about going to the zone. He's like, yo, y'all not giving me no fights and this and that. And they probably was like, yo, listen, we'll give you Lipinets, a former world champion. That'll look good on your resume. And that probably was enough to keep him there. But in order to give him that fight, they had to take it away from Elvis. And it's unfortunate. Dominicans always get the shorter end of the stick. And if we've seen how Elvis has been treated with PBC compared to how he was treated when he was with Top Rank, you see the difference. On Top Rank, he was made a priority. He was kept active. He was promoted heavily. They talked about his, how he used to get fights on the baseball field. They used to promote his look like an air guitar thing, and he was kind of like, all right, no, this is our guy. We're growing this guy. We're gonna make sure we make this guy into a superstar. On PBC, he's just another guy. That's what it is. He's just another guy. Like, hey, listen, you're Dominican. You don't sell tickets. I don't know what you want us to do. Yeah, we'll give you an Adorno fight, even though that does nothing for your career. And you look spectacular the two fights before that. He beats Adorno, drops him twice, and it's like, all right, well, we're gonna give you Lipinets. That'll get you ranked. Oh, perfect. All right, you know what? Actually, we're gonna not give you that fight. We'll figure out who we're gonna give you. It's kind of like he's not being made a priority. He's just another guy. He's just another if he not taken that loss to Kenneth Sims and stood on Top Rank, he would be selling out that little room in Madison Square Garden right now. Right now, he would be selling out that little room just because they were made a priority, and he was made a priority, and he would have been ranked in multiple sanctioning bodies right now. And at one point, they had all four of the belts, so he would have fought for one of them. Top Rank has his powers. They got connections in all those sanctioning bodies. By that point, he probably would have been ranked high. Maybe fought Jose Ramirez or Arnold Barboza, maybe a Teofimo or Josh Taylor. He would have been in the mix in those fights. But on PBC, Samson's calling me. Hold on one second, guys. All right, guys, I'm getting Samson. So it sounds like he's at the airport, as he always is. But he told me he can't be on for too long. But he's like, man, you the voice of Dominican boxing, bro. You get exclusives. So he hasn't given nobody an interview. And he told me, he was like, if I'm gonna talk to somebody, I'm gonna talk to you. So give me a sec. I'm typing in the link for him so I could text it to him. So, guys, sit tight. I will be having Samson Lukowitz hopping on. and we will be getting answers. We will be getting answers on that whole Canelo situation. Again, he's only going to be on for about 5-10 minutes, so we'll see. We'll see. But until then, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I was talking about Elvis. Yeah, we'll see his situation, man. I hope it gets better for him. Honestly, if he ends up fighting Ponce, like and I don't know what's going on. Let's say they take away Lipinets from him. He ends up fighting Ponce. I'm okay with that. Hold on one second. He's calling me back, guys. Hold on. All right, so he's having internet issues. He said that he's gonna find a place where he has good reception. So that's what's going on right now. But he is gonna be hopping on, and yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. By the way, Edwin De Los Santos, I got an update. I can't talk about the opponent, but he will be coming back in July. That's the talk. Oh, I got Samson hopping on. Maybe he could tell us. Maybe he could tell us who and when he's gonna fight. A Puerto Rican rum. Shout out to you, my brother. Yeah. So matter of fact, I'm not even gonna talk about the Edwin situation. I'm gonna ask him and he'll tell us, and hopefully he gives us an exclusive here as far as who he's gonna fight and when. But I'm really excited for this interview. Canelo, well, David Benavidez promoter, as well as all of the like he interviews Michelle. I mean, he promotes Michelle. Although I'm not gonna ask him about Michelle because last time we spoke, I had him on the channel. He told me he can't talk about Michelle until his suspension is over. And if I'm not mistaken, Michelle got like 2 weeks left on his suspension. Rod, de lo mío, que lo que mi hermano. Shout out to you, Rod. Yeah. Jackie Hernandez. ¿Cómo está, mi amor? Yeah, but Anthony Joaquin Arieta. Yeah, Gary Antoine Russell will be a perfect fight for Elvis Rodriguez, man. I love that fight, and I love that fight stylistically. Forget the rankings, and well, let me not say forget the ranking because the guy's ranked number 2 in the WBC. So that's a pretty high ranking. So I'm not gonna say forget the rankings. That would be a great opportunity for Elvis Rodriguez. I don't think he takes that fight though. I don't think well, Gary Antoine Russell has openly avoided fighting Alberto Puello for whatever reason. So and that was when Alberto Puello had a belt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure he's gonna be willing to take that fight against Antoine Russell. I don't believe that. I mean, I don't believe Antoine Russell would be willing to take that fight with Elvis Rodriguez. Excuse me. Yo, my man Jay, shout out to you with the Dominican flags. Shout out to you, my brother. It says, who do you think Thurman is fighting in August? I'm thinking Ugas, Crawley, or Mean Machine. I believe he's fighting Yordanis Ugas. If I'm not mistaken, didn't the WBC order like an eliminator between Ugas and Thurman or something like that? If I'm not mistaken, that happened. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I read that somewhere. So I'm gonna guess Ugas because Ugas has somewhat of a name. He fought Sean Porter. Many people felt he won. He beat Pacquiao, older Pacquiao, but he beat him nonetheless. And then he fought Errol Spence, and yeah, he lost that fight, but he fought him nonetheless. So he's a familiar name. Crowley, not a familiar name like that. And Mean Machine is his claim to fame is getting knocked out by Virgil Ortiz on the Zone and on ESPN by Terrence Crawford. I doubt it. Oh yeah, they ordered Ugas Barrios. My bad. You're right. I knew Ugas had been ordered for something. Oh, all right, guys. I have Samson here. Hey, Samson, thank you so much.
I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me?
Now, yes,
Okay, okay. I was saying thank you so much for giving me the interview. I really appreciate this.
it's my pleasure. I tell you, I like you.
No, the feeling is mutual. All right, so on on uh on Twitter, Eddie Reynoso has come out saying that he has not received an offer from anybody, not PBC, not Matchroom, and not Top Rank. But you put out an email, a screenshot of an email that you did send them an offer. What's the situation with that?
Well, it's right. He didn't receive anything from PVC or maybe Mushroom, I don't know, or ESPN with Top Rank, but he did receive one from me as a
Okay.
promoter and as sole promoter of David Benavides.
And in this email, did it have you know, purse splits, guarantees, location? Did it have information that, like as far as that?
Well, let me put it this way: every offer is totally confidential, so we
Okay.
cannot discuss the details of that.
Okay. All right. But the offer you sent had looked like just looked like every other contract, normal boxing contract that you send over.
No, no. If you see, when it's a major fight, you send a proposal. You don't send a contract. So
Ah, I got
after the proposal, so you start to negotiate item by item. That is the way it's working.
it. Okay. And I saw a picture that you guys had met. You guys took a picture. You and Eddie Reynoso. Uh, did you guys discuss what possibly could be in the proposal?
No, we discussed. He said that I know Reynoso for many many years, and I know Canelo from Pro Review. So I have that relationship with them. I consider my friend. So we have a friendly conversation, and I stated in that moment that I will send a proposal. That is the way big business work.
So why would he send a tweet out like that? Did he maybe not see the email, or is he trying to negotiate through social media? Why would he tweet that?
I'm not a, I'm not, I wish I know the answer, but the way it was very, misrespect to an old man like me. And I'm telling you, I don't give a shit about anybody that in my 72 years, I'm my own man. I never have anybody to let me know what I do with my promotional company. I'm the sole owner as well as I'm the sole promoter of David Benavides. However, I go all the way. I don't care about the consequence, but I go all the way in everything I do defending my fighter. I did that so many times. I have in many issues, many times, and I care less. I need to defend my fighters. I was quiet for many, I would say, a year at least, that we, or even more, that I won that fight. But always I respect Eddie Reynoso, but everything is a limit.
No, I totally understand. Have you guys had a conversation, private conversation, since you got he put that tweet out and you put that tweet out?
No, he never answered the phone.
Okay. Oh, so you've called, but he hasn't
Oh,
answered the phone.
I have proof of that too, at
Okay.
least 10 times to clarify that if it was to spam, he can reproduce or send me, I explained to him and I given a time to respond. I go public, and this is what I did. I went public.
Okay. Text him to check his spam mail on his email because maybe he ain't get the email. I don't know.
Yeah, but but I sent a text message and a WhatsApp,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I
All
know
right.
he received it.
All right. I know you don't got much time, so before I let you go, what's up with Edwin de los Santos? Any update on his situation? When is he going to fight? Does he have an opponent?
Yes, he's fighting in July 8th, confirmed, close to your home, so I have a place for you. already.
Okay.
You need to
And
request, like everybody else. You need to request. You
no,
know,
of course, you know
to
I'm gonna be there as
yeah,
media.
but you need to request for your credential because you most likely it be very close to your home.
So it's gonna be on the East Coast. You're saying?
East Coast, correct.
Any word on the opponent?
We do have the opponent, and that will be announced shortly.
Okay, all right, but you can't say it like you can't say it publicly currently right now.
That's correct.
All right. And last question. So Sebastian Fundora, I know he's coming off a knockout loss to Brian Mendoza. What is his next move? Are they going to rematch each other, or is he going a
Well,
different route?
it be an announcement in the next month or so, the future of Sebastian Fundora. Meanwhile, like I told you, I'm ready to go to a meeting and then to a dinner and
Okay.
the convention of the IBF. So,
Okay.
you know, I cannot continue this conversation, and I love you so much, but,
No.
you
Thank you.
promised 5 minutes.
No. One last question. Luis Nunez, is he going to be discussed in this convention? Luis, the twist.
I request a mandatory for the number 2 for the IBF. We'll see what happens.
All right, Samson. Thank you so much for coming on. I
And
truly,
say
truly
hello to
appreciate
all
it.
my brothers from Dominican Republic.
Listen, all my followers are Dominican, most 90%. So they all here and they all saying thank you so much for coming on. Everybody's very grateful that you took time out of your busy schedule to give me 5 minutes. I truly, truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much. You
All
take
right.
care.
Thank
God
you so
bless you.
much, Samson.
Bye.
All right. All right, guys. That was Samson Lukowitz, man. See, that's the type of content. Yo, Jackie Hernandez. I know you just a new subscriber. You see, you come on here, you get the exclusive July 8th in the East Coast. Edwin de los Santos. Yo, listen, everybody watching this right now, man. Listen, y'all don't understand how important it is for us to show up. He said East Coast. That could be New York. That could be Newark, that could be Atlantic City, that could be Philadelphia, that could be I'm trying to think where else they do shows. It could be in Connecticut, the Mohegan Sun. Listen, those right if it's in any of those areas, it's really really important for us to show up. Y'all don't understand. So listen, the World Championship games just happened this is basically like an Olympic tournament, but it's not the Olympics essentially. And the Dominican team had a really good showing. There was a guy named there's an amateur boxing journalist. His name is Taylor O'Higgins. He hit me up like, "Yo, the Dominican team is nice." So, um, some guy, a manager that I know, got in contact with 2, 3 of the Dominicans. Wants to sign them, but he goes, "Yo, before I sign them, I'm going to take him to a promoter and see which promoter is going to be interested in signing them." Yo, this dude went to every single promoter in boxing, and every single one told him, no, Dominicans don't sell tickets, man. Yeah, that shit broke my heart, man. Yo, and whatever, man. I really give a fuck. I really care about this shit, man. And this dude is not going to sign those fighters. The manager is not going to sign those fighters, not because they're not talented, man, but because promoters don't believe in us. And yeah, it's important to me, man. It's important. So it's important we show up. We show up to July 8th, man. It's important we show up. I'm gonna be there. He wants me to go as media. I want to go as a fan. I want to spend some money, man. I want motherfuckers to know that I'm willing to spend. And I hope everybody who's been talking that they're gonna show up. Yo, if you could just gotta hop in your, let's just say it's in Philly or in Atlantic City, or you know what I'm saying, or Newark, and it's not in New York. Yo, bro, hop in your fucking car, man. Hop in your car. Take the bus, take the train, figure it out, man. It's really, really important for the sport of Dominican boxing, bro. For our up and comers, man. Yo, 3 dudes just lost a contract with a legit promoter that they were gonna get each probably 10, 20, 30,000 signing bonus, plus a stipend, plus apartments, plus living in America, visas, and all that. They were gonna get all of that, but they didn't get the opportunity because we have that reputation that we don't sell tickets. So wherever this guy Edwin is fighting, man, I hope you guys show up. For real, man. For real. Yeah. My man Punch Drunk Boxing. Shout out to my man Moonshine. Shout out to como el adobo. Como que te dicen? El adobo. I'm going to call you el adobo. Fuck it. Not only that, I know a manager that said Dominican fighters are good, but it's a lost investment. Yeah, man. It's terrible, man. That motherfuckers is that's the way they think of us. That's the way they think of us. But yo, hold on. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, man. That Samson Lukowitz interview got me kind of hyped, got me feeling myself. So y'all want to call in, man, or do y'all want me to hit up a boxer? Who y'all want me to hit up? I got lucky with Samson. Yeah, man. Shout out to Hot Boxing Minute. That's my guy, man. If those events were out by me in the Southwest, I would totally pull up. Yeah, man. The thing is right. So shout out to Hot Boxing Minute. Go check out his channel, by the way. And go check out Punch Drunk channel too if y'all haven't checked out both their channels. Those are both my guys, friends of mine. If the thing is, most Dominicans, we live in the Northeast. We live in New York is number 1, probably New Jersey number 2, Pennsylvania, Connecticut. Pretty much those states are probably where the most Dominicans are at. We're all over, but if you want to say where the most Dominicans are there. Right there. And we just never get the Dominicans fighting there for whatever reason. They throw them in Minnesota, they throw them in Las Vegas, they throw them in Hold on, I got my unofficial co-host.
Let's go. Okay. That was great news, first and foremost, by Samson.
He hasn't given an interview out yet. He came to my channel. You know what I'm saying? He know where to come.
You're the home. And this is where we supposed to come out and show out when Santos fights. I don't care if it's on TV or not. This is where we're going to show our presence, and we're going to show that there is a crowd, that there is a country behind his fighters. It's about time that we show out, and I believe this is the time.
Joel. Yeah, man. I'm conflicted because I want to go as media because I want to get the exclusive for the channel because I know y'all want to know the exclusive. Y'all want the interview, but I'm conflicted because I also want to go as a fan with my flag and
I believe if we organize something nice, man, where we could buy a nice section out. Bro, this is the time to show.
This is the time. And I don't give listen, if you live in New York or if you live in New Jersey and the fight is in New Jersey or the fight is in New York, you need to pull up. I don't care. Hop in your fucking car.
And those tickets are not going to be expensive. They're not going to be expensive.
No.
I could bring 10 people with me, 3 cars deep.
Exactly. So please don't like show up to this one, man. Show up to this one because.
And another thing that our fighters have to understand now, there's no more excuse now not to promote yourself, not to use all social media platforms, not to try to learn English. The time is now. Look what these promoters are saying. Look what these managers are saying. The talent is already there. The talent is there. Now it's time for them to use all the assets, all the avenues, because the talent is there.
Yeah. No, 100%, 100%. And look, Carlos Adames is a perfect example of somebody who's trying to promote himself. Carlos Adames on Twitter,
Michelle Rivera
on Instagram. He be doing these Instagram lives. He be hitting me up, asking me to help him with certain things. Carlos Adames also when he comes on and he does an interview with me,
he want to talk to all the fans. All the fans he want to talk to.
He talks very to all personal. The fans, talks his shit, trashes Munguia. I love that shit.
I think he's starting to understand. He understand that we have to talk shit.
He does his thing. He does his thing. But look, they still don't believe in him. They still not throwing him where we fight. But we got to show out for Edwin. We got to show out for Edwin. Prove to the public, yo.
Think about it. There's 30 little Dominican fans in one section going crazy.
Yo, we
crazy.
be louder than the whole fucking stadium.
That's all we need
Con
to
la
send that
guira.
spark. Tambora, guira.
La tambora.
When we get going, that's going to be, and we say, yo, let's all share it on our social medias. Let's get 30 shares, 40 shares, and people start seeing it.
We're gonna
and
go
it takes
crazy.
traction.
We're gonna go crazy with it.
That's why Samson we gotta get it when we can announce it, we gotta when you go live again, we announce it and we go on fire promoting it on all our platforms.
Yeah, man. And I don't know where the fight is yet, but I'm gonna find out where there's a bus that takes you there. You know what I'm saying?
If we could do that, we could all go deep, man.
If we could go together or something like that, or if we can't go together, but I know of a bus that y'all could just pay, $20 that takes you there and takes you back or something like that. I'm gonna figure all that out because I want to make sure.
Joel, you're gonna have to be the one to organize it, if you put it together, I believe we could all chip in, get that bus, and we could document that whole journey till the stadium, wherever they're gonna fight at. Take pictures with the boxers and everything. It will be amazing. We just gotta get this date, baby.
Yo, hold on. This is my guy.
Mete mano, you already know.
No. You good.
Oh,
He
okay.
said, I love Edwin, but keep him far away from Frank. This is my guy. He's saying Frank Martin, man.
I like that fight.
Frank Martin, he need to worry about that German he fighting, man. I can't even pronounce his name. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, if they didn't have no concerns of De Los Santos, they would have been fighting him right now.
Yeah,
it made a lot of
sense.
after
like that dude he's fighting, that dude's never even fought on American television.
Yeah, they're not confident about putting him there with De Los Santos or whoever had to say that.
Yeah, he's my guy. That's my guy.
Let's make it clear here. Let's make it clear, please. All boxers don't have the same road into a championship fight.
Yeah.
Look at Rolly, for example. Look at the top promoted fighters. These fighters don't get the hard fights on the come up. Our fighters have to fight tooth and nail to get into position.
No, and we got to take fight on short notice. The way Dominicans get their name up is we win a fight we were supposed to lose.
We were supposed to lose as a Sabi that was brought in 2 weeks notice. So
that's it. Oh shit! Like very few fighters. I like the ones who've been built is probably Michelle and Elvis. Those are the two that I feel were built properly. And if you look on social media, those are the two that have the most followers. You know what I'm saying?
Michelle and who? Oh yeah,
and Elvis. Yeah. Those are the two that people really was pushing like that. Like, yo, and but look, they got the most followers on Instagram. So and they just haven't been. Well, I wasn't gonna say they haven't been put in position, but not really. Yeah, they haven't because Michelle fought 3 eliminators, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Yo,
come
then
on,
he
man.
never got the title shot. The next one. Yo, you win this eliminator, the next one. You win this eliminator, the next
think
one.
Think about the career that Rolly had to take the championship belt and the career Michelle had to take. Come on. So let's not even kid ourselves here.
Yeah, man.
Michelle should have been had a title shot against Gervonta, but
yeah, man. Because again, you fighting eliminators to fight the champion. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. But
we don't take no excuses. We make it happen here, man. And Joel, this is the opportunity for us to show out. I'm looking forward to this, man.
Now we all and listen.
You know, he threw that at you, Joel. I'm going.
I've been on his case, bro. Yo, bro, you gotta
every time I call
him. Yo, every time I call him, we have the same argument. Not like serious argument. You know what I'm saying? Like same debate. Just so I don't make it seem.
You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if this is going to be televised on PBC because if they brought it to New York, I think he went against the grain. What you think?
I feel like it's in New Jersey because he said East Coast.
Yeah, but since when PBC's been throwing fight cards in the East Coast, and you never heard of a main event around that time? Have you? July what?
8th.
I don't know. Let's see. You might surprise us with something big because you know a lot of fights get mentioned at the last minute.
How about this? I'll DM you where it's at.
Oh, so you know. Oh, this guy.
I'll DM you where it's at, man. I'll DM you.
I think the unofficial deserves
Come
that.
on, man. You know I know everything, bro. Everything. I know everything.
So
I'll
we're
DM you.
gonna be close. We're gonna be able to drive.
We're gonna
over
be
there.
good. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be
Yo,
comfortable.
Joel, we need you to come as a fan.
You need me to come as a fan?
The people need Joel in the stands going crazy with us.
I don't know, man.
Think about it, man. Think about it, because we know you already gonna go as press all the time. This is the opportunity for you to show out with your people behind you.
Yeah. And
That's gonna
maybe I could link with him afterwards.
Outside of the venue.
Yeah, at the hotel and get an interview with him in the hotel.
You're gonna get that regardless. You the voice of Dominican boxing. Come on, man. We need you in the stands. We need that energy there, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna bring a lot of people, man.
I hope it's a good opponent, man. You probably know the opponent too. You know his styling.
I know everything, bro.
You know the opponent.
I know everything. I know it, but I can't get crazy.
No, you can't get crazy.
I can't do that. That I won't DM you. That I won't DM.
You didn't say nothing about the great. Or did you?
About
you go live about the matchup, Terrence Arrow? Finally, did you talk about that?
Nah. I ain't even talk about it. I didn't.
Wow.
I could talk about it now.
You see what they did with Pitbull, right? Another bum.
Hold on. I got Pitbull right here. He a
Nobody
baby
with power. Nobody with power. That's all they put him against.
Yo, man.
That's so y'all can see how they do boxing.
They just holding him out for a tank fight, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I hope he gets it no time soon.
No, I hope he loses this next fight. That's it.
A Barroso moment.
Yeah, for holding out the division. Yo, he could have fought Frank Martin. He could have fought De Los Santos.
Man.
He could have fought he could have fought William Zepeda. He could have fought Mad Dude.
He could have gave a lot of exciting fights. He could have really got his name up there.
Yeah, and these guys that I just mentioned bring something to the table. They're all ranked high in the sanctioning bodies. Oh, what does Edwin bring? Edwin's ranked top 10 in 3 out of the 4 sanctioning bodies.
Get out of here, yeah?
What does Frank bring? Frank is ranked in all 4 sanctioning bodies. What does William Zepeda bring? William Zepeda is ranked high in a bunch of sanctioning bodies. It's like all 4 of them.
I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked that Errol didn't have him. They have Frank Martin on his undercard.
No,
in
Frank
the biggest
Martin,
fight.
No, Frank. Oh, you saying why he's not on Spence undercard?
Yeah, I would have took that instead of my own main event. Frank ain't gonna sell shit.
Yeah,
what Frank gonna sell?
I agree. But hold on. Let me break down my take on Spence versus Crawford.
Yeah, let's hear
that. I'll start off by saying I'm picking Spence by decision. I'm picking Spence by decision, and the reason why I'm picking Spence by decision is because I think, I don't think Terrence Crawford tends to give up a lot of the early rounds. He ends up giving up 4 or 5 rounds and then starts settling in and then gets his knockouts. I don't think that's his best interest in this fight to start off that way.
Wow.
Because Spence is a fast starter. He's gonna come out blazing, banging the body, and you good?
Yeah. I was watching my daughter. Come on back.
Spence gonna come out fast, blazing, banging his body, moving him back, pushing him back, and I think if Crawford decides to box the whole fight, he wins the fight. But that's not his nature. His nature is to fight. His nature is to trade. His nature is to get violent and stuff like that. And I don't think that's in his best interest. I don't think he's gonna do good against Spence if he's gonna want to be doing that. And that's why I think Spence wins 7-5, 8-4.
Great observation on Joel. From when we look at Arrow, his consistency and how slow Crawford starts rounds in the beginning of a fight, and how durable Arrow is. Arrow never looked like he's taking a beating at all in his career. So I don't see him adjust and not like getting a late stoppage on Errol Spence. What I can see is Crawford getting on his bicycle and box and adjust from the outside and catch him coming in. But how long can you do that with a consistent arrow that puts
No,
pressure
and
on
does he still have the legs? Does he still have the legs that from the Posto fight? You know what I'm saying?
That's the last time we see. When the last time we seen Crawford on the back foot fighting like that?
Price is
Yeah.
that fight. Listen, if Crawford comes out on the back foot the whole fight, I'll pick Crawford. I'll be honest with you. I'll pick Crawford.
I would too. I would
But
too.
I don't think that's his nature. He's gonna back foot, then be like, yo, hold on. I just got caught with a couple shots. I want to get that back. And then once you get that back, you start exchanging. It's not gonna be in your best interest. That Spence is way bigger. Spence is at 147 his whole career. This guy started off as a lightweight.
And one fight that we could say prepared him for this one is the one he had with Porter. Because Porter put pressure on him. And he was able to counter in between shots. Nicely, lovely. Even though they would tell him, hey, you're down. You're down in the 10th round.
Yeah. And yo, what's crazy is it's like a fucking movie. He's like, I'm down. He goes out and stops him that round.
Stops him, bro.
That was fire.
And no one stops Porter. And
I feel like he could have finished the fight, but his father.
That's true.
His father stopped the fight. I ain't like to stop. I don't know if you remember. I told him on my interview. I told Kenny Porter. I was like, "Yo, bro, I felt like you owe me $70, man, for that paper." I dead ass told him that. I was like, "I feel like you owe me 70."
Porter seemed like he always gets a knockdown on a delay. It happened with Arrow. It happened with this guy that I never thought could put Porter down. AB.
Oh yeah, AB.
It's like
that was like last minute. Like last round, like that. Yeah. Hold on. I gotta read this. I want to read this real quick. The luxury of being a Mexican fighter like Pitbull, he can fight bums and sell seats and get views. I agree that he should have agreed to a tougher opponent. Yo, Geraldo Medina, shout out to you for keeping it real, because I believe you're Mexican, and that's true. Yo,
true.
When
you have a crowd, when you have a public,
Munguia is the same shit. Yo, they're the same fighter. Munguia and Pitbull, they the same guy. Yo, these dudes have a little bit of a following and fight fucking bums. That's all they do. And do you think we get 2 fights between these 2 champions? I do think we get 2 fights because that's what the contract says. There's a 2-way rematch clause that has to be.
It could be a trilogy
in 30 days from the fight. And the only thing is, yo, this may be fight of the year. Both of these dudes like to bang. So if the first fight is a violent ass fight, I'm not sure it's in their best interest to do it back to back. But hey, man, you know, they're fighters. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. And from what we can see, when you put 2 great fighters together, they're gonna sell. Look at Ryan and Gervonta. They sold. They went over 1 million for a while. We haven't seen over 1 million pay-per-view.
It's been a minute. I can't remember. I think the last 1 million pay-per-view was probably McGregor Mayweather or Triple G Golovkin, Triple G Canelo 2 or something like that. One of those 2. I don't remember.
You put great matchups, and people are gonna buy. People are tired of you giving them bum fights.
And we getting them. Listen, we getting them. We getting good fights.
What's for this year?
This year, we got Plant Benavidez, we got Garcia Tank, we're getting Spence Crawford, we're getting Inoue Fulton.
Oh
like
yeah,
3-4 days. 3-4 days.
Got Haney Lomachenko.
We've had a good year of boxing this year. I know us boxing fans were never gonna be happy, but all things considered, this year has been a good year of boxing. And there's rumors that Wilder and Joshua may get it on later this year. If we get that, that'll make the year even better.
You know that they need to match him up well, because that Wilder Hellenius that we went to, they didn't even do 100,000 on her.
No. The gate numbers actually did
The gate was beautiful. Yeah, the gate was beautiful.
No, the gate did $1 million.
Yeah, the gate was.
But it was a lot of empty seats, though. I was surprised.
75,000 pay-per-views. Damn.
Yeah, nah, it did bad on the pay-per-view.
I think Barroso would have did 100,000.
No, but Yeah, you crazy.
Oh
Now,
man.
but I also heard that Usyk and Fury may be getting it on in February. That they're each gonna take an interim fight and then restart negotiations for this December. We'll see if that's true. You know, with
I
Fury,
know. Listen,
too unpredictable to predict.
on Joel. A little bit off topic, but I want to tell you something. Being that we did that PBC did Barroso so dirty, the best thing they could do is just throw him in a little matchup over there with Sims or Rodriguez, Elvin. Give him a couple dollars, man, for a fight, man. I think he earned that, man. He earned that, man. Give him a fight, man.
Yo, bro, you want to throw him in with fucking Elvis? You don't like Barroso, bro.
But get him paid, and give him.
Yeah, you gonna get him hurt, bro. You gonna get him hurt.
You want to get paid.
You know, it's funny you mentioning that. I actually do see a world where he does fight Kenneth Sims.
One more time. Somebody's gonna give him a fight.
Yeah, because Kenneth Sims just won a WBA eliminator, but O'Hara Davies is Rolly's mandatory. They may make Barroso Sims a final eliminator or something like that. The WBA is weird, especially since he was ranked number 1, lost controversially. He may not drop in the rankings as much as people think.
Yeah, man. I mean, we can't do Barroso like that. We need justice for Barroso.
Yeah, nah,
Garcia, this for Barroso. He's funny as hell.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Nah, I mean,
so that's gonna be a fight.
What fight?
That's crazy. There's gonna be a fight. I think they're gonna do that fight.
What, Rolly?
Rolly and
Rolly
Garcia.
and Ryan. I just want to know if Rolly's gonna vacate the belt, or is the WBA gonna
sanction that? I think they'll sanction. It's the money's involved.
I don't know, but that dude got mandatories lined up, and then Puello's
it's a mess. It's a mess with that belt. That's the worst thing they did.
Yeah, at 140, it's a fucking mess, man.
Think about all the killers we got at 140, and this guy has a title. It's ridiculous.
Yo, 140 is the hottest division in boxing. All right, who are the champions? Once you mention Rolly, the person's gonna walk away from it.
What? Yeah, for real. That was a disgrace. All the killers. Ponce deserved the title shot with Rolly before anything.
For real.
Ponce is a killer. Ponce was just in there with an animal.
Yeah, Ponce was in there with Matias, who's a fucking beast. But
that guy hit him with the kitchen sink. I was worried for Matias at first. I'm like, what?
The first 2 rounds, man, he really put in that work, and then Matias just broke him down. I actually just rewatched that fight like 2-3 days ago.
Lipinets, listen, something you mentioned earlier, Joel, PBC better be careful how they deal with Matias, because Matias could be a future star, and they're not trying to offer him good fights, could lose him to the zone.
From what I understand is
24-5.
From what I understand, he's gonna. There's rumors. I haven't heard this from a source that he's gonna be fighting Sergey Lipinets. You know what I'm saying? They
had to literally throw that at him, right? Because it looked bad for PBC at first.
Yeah,
you built a star. You built a star to give it to somebody else.
I mean, I'm not even gonna touch on that. But what I will say is, the fight he wants most is Regis Prograis. He got on my channel, on my camera, and told me, "Yo, I want to put Regis in the hospital and all this." He was talking that crazy shit. All right, you talking that crazy shit. Well, he's on the zone. He's not on PBC. So if you really, really want that fight, you may have to go sign with somebody who you don't want to sign with, or whatever the situation is. So, I don't know. I don't know his contract situation, to be honest with you.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, Joe, I'm about to get off real quick. Yo, it was a pleasure, my brother.
Nah. Thank you for always hopping on, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right, man. But all right, guys, I think I'm going to end it right there. Been on for an hour. Gave you guys a Samson Lukowitz interview. Tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, I will be interviewing Lamont Roach. That is Hector Luis Garcia's next opponent. So tomorrow, come check that out, man. Y'all know I'm always giving y'all content y'all not going to get nowhere else. So definitely make sure y'all pull up tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. And again, with the Edwin situation, make sure y'all show up, man. It's important. It's important we show up and support Edwin, man. For real, man. But all right, guys. July 8th, Edwin De Los Santos. Until next time, guys. Peace.